had a very different upload in mind tonight because, it's my first video in few months. So I had a different upload in mind, but something more important happened to me. So recently, through my college, I've been trying to get a job, and it's been really hard because with the government shutdown that's now really over, they weren't trying to hire people because they wanted to conserve money, but that wasn't being communicated to the students, so I applied anyways. But this job reached out through through my school email. I was like, hey, we're looking for people, $550 an hour, 3 days a week, 4 hours a day. I'm like, that's amazing. That was the first red flag. Anything that is too good to be true is too good to be true. People are not going to pay you for nothing. So I did go and apply for this job, and my mom was like, yeah, go apply for that. And I was like, of course, I'm going to go apply for it. They reached back to me very shortly and was like, fill out this application. I did, and not too long after, they emailed me back and was like, you got it. And, I was kind of weirded out because I was like, I didn't interview with you guys, barely did anything, didn't get an interview. And that was the second red flag, because any job worthwhile isn't just going to hire you on the spot like that. Some jobs hire on the spot after an interview, but they didn't even interview me, and I think that was very weird. But I was very excited because I've never had a job, so I went ahead with it anyways. And that was another mistake. I shouldn't have. But being very desperate for a job, which is why job scams are very evil to me, being very desperate for a job will make you do stuff like that, like ignoring things that would be otherwise very suspicious to you. So I ignored it and I took the offer anyways. You can see where this is going. They said that today would be my start day, and whole day didn't email me until my brother called me and he was like, oh, so what's up with that new job? And I was like, oh, they just emailed me. And keep in mind, right now it is around 8 o'clock, but then it was like 5:40, which is a very unprofessional time to email somebody. And you won't believe what they asked of me. They asked for me to deposit a check in my account and send them evidence that I did. And good thing I was on the phone with my brother. It already was suspicious to me because I told my mom about the check thing, and she was like, that seems suspicious. My brother was like, no, one of my girlfriends in college got caught up with something like that. It's called check kiting, I believe. But basically, they want it put in your account so that they're not like liable with it or whatever. It's like money muling or package muling. But I didn't want to believe it, so I spent around 40 minutes to an hour researching, doing stuff. I found out that the IP address that was emailing me from, that was supposed to be in Pennsylvania, was actually in Northern California, among other things like the domain not matching up. And I went to the actual company's LinkedIn page, and I found out that they do have a scam going with them. People are using their likeness for a scam. And I think that's very evil because they're a non-profit organization. Scams in general are very evil, especially job scams, like I said, because it's taking advantage of people who are very desperate. Nobody just wants a job for fun. But a non-profit that is trying to help college students bridge the gap for accessible... I just broke my pen. That's funny. That for accessible college, that's very evil to me. But if you were curious, the real website is believeinstudents.org. Not believing, believeinstudents.org. Or student? I don't remember. But that's the actual one that actually has status as a nonprofit. The one that I got scammed by, I will not say, because I don't want anyone to go to their website, and they do have my credit card information, so I don't really want to make them angry. But if you ever find yourself stuck in the situation that you get scammed, just remember that it's not your fault. You're not dumb. I did think that. I was like, wow, I feel very stupid, but I got over it very fast. I'm really glad and lucky that I am resilient as a person. I got over it pretty quickly. I cleaned up my room a little. I will be doing a room tour because somebody asked. Never mind that. Cleaned up my room, thought while I was doing it. And I was like, some people get scammed out of their whole life savings. Some people get scammed out of money that they don't even have. And I didn't even get scammed actually because I stopped before that. It just broke my heart because I was very excited to get what I thought was going to be my first job. But if any of you do get scammed, one, remember it's not your fault. Two, report the scam to the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission. That's what they're for. If there are fraudulent businesses or bad business practices, not even fraudulent, you should report it to them. And they will also advise you on what to do going forward. If you gave them sensitive information like your social security number, they can help you put a freeze on your credit. Mine was just my bank account information, so I will just call my bank and say, hey, it's not me, oops. And I will also call my college because I don't want anyone else to be a victim of this scam, because everyone might not have a voice in their ear or family members that can be like, hey, this is fishy, you know? Like, you got to think about the demographic of community colleges. A lot of them are young people, but there's also ex-convicts who are just out of jail, obviously. Ex-convicts that probably could or could not have family to help them out. They could be in desperate situations. Older parents with kids that really need the money. They barely have the time to go to school, but they still are. These are all people that are very vulnerable. I mean, everybody is vulnerable to a job scam. Nobody wants a job for fun, like I said. Yeah, but I just hope nobody else was harmed in it. I will email my school and tell them maybe to put out a notice about it, because I think it was very negligent that they partnered, literally it said it in the email, partnered with this company that was a scam. They maybe probably thought it was the original one, but also it's just a little negligent to me to not check it when it's going to all your students. Yeah, and then also the lady that was emailing me, the scam, it actually is a real woman, and that's her actual name. And they're using her name for a scam. And she actually does work for this company, and I just hope it doesn't harm her in any way, because she's, for what I know about her from looking at her LinkedIn, she's very charitable. She works with a charity. She, I believe, she works at a college too. I don't know. But that just makes me upset thinking that other people could be scammed by it. But I don't know. Most I can do is just spread awareness about it. And I made this video more not to like sulk, because I'm not too upset. I just kind of wanted to just get it out, or let someone else know who's going through this, that you're not alone, because that's what I thought for a few minutes. Then I went on Reddit and saw a lot of people in r/slash scams that get scammed. It's very normal. Scammers are masters of manipulation. It's not like they're just some person. This is their whole job, is making sure that you can be manipulated or scared or whatever into giving them money. It's their whole job, so you're not less than or not intelligent. Yeah, that's all I had to say, and I hope to upload soon. College has been kicking my ass, but I'll try.